Hello and welcome. My name is Denelle Numis, and today we're going to work on an energetic flow to increase your vitality. We'll be working up to Utitha Hasta Padangusthasana, which translates to big toe pose. So you'll need 2 blocks and a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use a towel or some sort of resistant band. Let's get started. Come onto your backs. And you'll start in constructive rest pose. So lie down, keep your knees soft, feet can go wide towards the edges of your space, and then allow the knees to relax towards one another. You can rest your hands on the top of your pelvis, or one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart, and just allow the eyes to close. Enjoy a nice inhale breath into the belly, into the lungs, let the heart expand. And then exhale, let the breath fall away, navel towards your lower back. Again, inhale to fill up. And exhale to release. One more time, deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Good. From here, separate your knees away from one another. Keep your left foot to the mat and then draw your right knee in towards your chest. You can either interlace your fingertips around your front shin bone or behind your right hamstring and just start to gently rock the right hip out side to side. If you do have trouble grabbing your leg, you can certainly add the strap, and we'll add it in a moment for something else. Once you feel the hip joint lubricated a little bit more, you can start to draw your right knee closer towards your right shoulder, or maybe walk your hands up to your shin, or even grab for your ankle or the outer edge of your right foot for what we call half happy baby pose. So you can sort of rock a little bit there side to side as well, drawing the right knee towards the mat and the right heel towards the sky. Your left hand can rest on your belly or on the top of the left hip. Some of you who have more flexibility might be interested in extending the left leg a little bit straighter, or maybe extending it all the way out to the earth. Flex both feet so both legs remain active, and enjoy some lubrication in the hip joint here. Take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Good. For those of you with the left leg still straight, you can soften the left knee, return the left foot to the mat, and take figure 4 stretch. Cross your right ankle over the top of the left thigh. I like to palpate my hips a little bit with my hands before I drop into the full expression. A little massage of the hip bones. And then eventually, when you feel called to, draw your left knee towards your chest, interlace your grip around your left hamstring or the left shin bone. Whatever feels more comfortable for you. And as you draw your left knee towards your chest, simultaneously press your right elbow into your right knee, adding a little bit of opening in the external rotators of the right side, the right leg. You can add a little bit mobility here as well if that feels good, or just stay through center. Take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. 2 more breaths on your own. Make sure the right foot stays flexed, so the right toes flex back towards your right shin. And you can rest the left toes out in front of you. Take another round. Release. Release the left foot to the mat. Go ahead and grab your strap now. Draw the right knee back in towards your chest, and then loop the strap around the sole of the right foot. Make sure you have a close grip on the strap towards your right toes. And then as you feel ready, extend your right leg towards the ceiling. It doesn't have to be completely straight. You can keep a soft micro bend to protect the joints in the knee. Start to extend a little bit more as you inhale, flexing through the right foot and pressing through the heel. And then use your arms, bend your elbows to draw your thigh closer towards your chest. Deep breath in to extend, and then exhale to draw it in. Again, of course, 3 more breaths on your own. You have the option to extend your left leg completely straight. Deep breath in. Try to keep both hip bones rooted towards the earth. And then deep breath out. Feel the extension running down the back of your right leg, from the bottom of your glutes to the back of your heel. One more round of breath here. And then go ahead and grab the strap, both sides of the strap in your right hand. Take your left hand down to your left hip, whether your left leg is straight or bent, and start to bend at the right elbow as you guide your right leg out to the side of the room. Press the ball of the right foot into the strap and re-anchor that left hip, root it down to the mat. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Notice, one more breath on your own, the extension happening inside of the right leg as well as the back and outer edge of the right leg. On your next exhale, draw your right leg back through center. You can always re-soften the right knee as needed. Then grab the strap with your right hand. Slowly start to inch your right leg over to the left side of the mat. And that'll only be a couple of inches before you start to feel the outer right hip release. That's mostly the IT band and tensor fascia lata, the TFL, running down the right leg. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Come on back through center. Rebend the right knee, release the strap to the side, and if your left knee is bent, you can always re-extend it. Supine twist. We'll cross the right knee over to the left side of the room. You can scoot your hips over to the right a little bit to add a little bit more rotation, and then extend the right arm out, maybe bend the right elbow as you turn the gaze over your right shoulder. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Try to enjoy full spinal rotation from the back of your neck to the tailbone. On your next inhale, come on back through center. Draw the right knee back in towards your chest. Little gentle squeeze here. And then slowly release the right foot back down to the earth. If your left leg is extended, just bend your left knee back in and find once again constructive rest pose. So feet go wide, knees touch, hands to pelvis, or one hand to belly, one hand to your heart. Notice the opening in the right leg versus the left leg. And we'll work to balance out those sides in a moment. From here, separate your knees apart, and then starting with the left leg, draw your left knee in towards your chest. Little bit of rock and roll side to side or forward and back, if that feels good to you. Otherwise, you can stay. Either again, hands interlaced behind your left hamstrings or in front of your left shin bone. You can always use the strap as well. Some of you might get curious and start to draw your left knee closer towards the left side of the room, towards the mat. An option to move into half happy baby. You can grab your left shin, left ankle, or the outer edge of your left foot. Draw your left knee towards the earth as you press your left heel towards the sky. And again, adding a little bit mobility here. You'll start to notice perhaps a little bit of asymmetry from right and left side. And don't be alarmed, that's totally normal. My left side is definitely weaker than my right, or maybe a little bit more restricted. But you still have the opportunity to advance if that calls to you. Both sitting bones root down, hip bones press down to the mat as you activate through both legs. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then we'll go into figure 4, or what we call breathing pigeon. You'll bend the right knee again, cross your left ankle on top of the right thigh. Palpate a little bit with the hips here. Maybe notice if you're a little bit tighter from right to left or left to right. And then start to draw your right knee in towards your chest. Either interlace grip behind your right hamstrings, maybe over your right shin bone. And as you draw your right knee towards you, you can simultaneously press your left knee out and away. One thing I do want to mention is that you can certainly use the strap here. If you loop the strap over the right shin bone, you might be able to help with grabbing of the shin bone. So if some of you are having a little bit of trouble grabbing the leg, just use the strap and you have a little bit more mobility there. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Let's release the right foot back down to the earth. Keep the right knee bent to start, and then grab the strap, loop it around the left foot. Keep the left knee soft for a moment, and then start to extend through the left leg. Press through the heel, so you really feel the extension running down the back of your left leg. And then as you exhale, bend your elbows wide to draw the left thigh closer towards your chest. Again, option to advance. You can just start to inch your right toes further forward, or maybe extend your right leg completely straight. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Avoid worrying too much about completely balancing right and left sides. Again, you're naturally asymmetrical, so maybe embrace the imbalances in your body. We're just trying to really match sensation more than what each pose looks like from right to left. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Find your edge, keep that, grab both sides of the strap in your left hand, lower your right hand down to your right hip, whether your knee is bent or extended, and gently start to guide your left leg out to the side. It can go a couple of inches or maybe a little bit wider, totally depends. This right hip naturally tends to kind of roll up. Try to anchor the right hip back down. Deep breath in to lengthen through the left leg. Bend at the left elbow to pull your left toes a little bit wider. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Engage your belly to draw your left leg back up through neutral, and you can soften the left knee again. Grab the strap in your right hand now. Return your left hand to the sticky mat. Slowly begin to inch your left leg across the body to the right. Keep the left hip anchored down. Inhale. Exhale. Notice the sensation running down the outside of the left leg. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Last time. Good. Bring your left leg back up through center. Then soften the left knee. Release the strap to the side. Just give your left knee a little gentle hug. And then supine twist. Cross the left leg over to the right. Maybe scoot your hips to the left. Extend the left arm out to the side and then gaze over your left shoulder. Your left arm can stay extended, or you can bend your left elbow naturally. Deep breath in. Twist from the navel as you exhale. Try not to force it. It should be pretty subtle. But notice the spinal rotation happening now from the cervical spine all the way down to your lumbar spine. On your next inhale, hug your left knee back in towards your chest. And then from here, we'll hug the right knee in to meet your left. Take a gentle squeeze. Extend your right arm by your ear and then just roll over to your right side. And we'll pause there for a moment. Press into your left hand and slowly come on up to seated. From here, we're going to move into a tabletop position. So slowly walk onto your mat, onto your hands and knees. And we'll come onto all fours. So shoulders over your wrists and hips over your knees. I like to curl my toes under here for a little more stability, and it'll help with where we're going next. So a little mini flow. We'll inhale, cow pose. Pull your heart through your arms. Shoulders roll back. And then as you exhale, press into your hands and feet, lift your knees, and send your hips high and your heels down for downward facing dog pose. As you inhale, lift your heels, keep your knees off of the mat, round your spine and come through to a plank position. And then exhale, slowly lower knees to the earth. Good. Inhale, same thing. Heart moves forward, shoulders roll back. Exhale, lift your hips, press your heels down. Back you go, downward facing dog. Good. Again, inhale, lift your heels, round your spine forward, come through to your plank pose. And then exhale, drop to your knees. One more time like that. Inhale, pull your heart through your arms, shoulders roll back, cow pose. And then exhale, lift your hips high, press your heels down, downward facing dog pose. Inhale, lift your heels, come on through, high plank position. And then exhale, drop to your knees. This time, let's lower all the way to your belly. So bend your elbows 90 degrees and lower all the way down. Cobra pose, 3 rolling cobra poses. So lower your hands beneath your elbows, rest your forehead and chin to the mat. As you inhale, press into your feet and your hands and slowly rise on up to Bhujangasana. Exhale, lower back down. You can keep little to no weight in the hands or press a little bit of weight as you rise up, maybe go a little bit higher to a gentle back bend. Exhale, lower back down. Make sure your feet stay active, so press into the tops of your feet. One more time, inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra, lift your heart, shoulders back. Exhale and fold. Good. Curl your toes under. Come on up to tabletop, so all fours again. And then we'll make our way back to downward facing dog pose. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. We can bring the toes together to touch. Inhale, sweep a straight right leg slowly up and back behind you. And then as you exhale, draw your knee towards your nose, round your spine, bring it all the way through so your right foot comes to your right thumb. Go ahead and drop to the back knee and grab hold of your blocks. I like the blocks in the highest setting for these. Low lunge, half split pulses. We'll pull the hips forward, roll the shoulders back, inhale. And then exhale, straighten out your right leg as you draw your hips back over your left knee. Good. Again, inhale. Press your right foot down, press your hips forward, lift your heart. And then exhale, half splits. Straighten out your right leg and lift your navel up and in. One more time like that. Just massaging through the hips and the hamstrings. Inhale, press your hips forward, lift your heart, maybe even look up. And then exhale, retract the hips back, lift the belly and fold. Good. From here, rebend the right knee. Move the blocks to the side for a moment. Lift your back knee up, plant the hands down. Step back, high plank. And this time you can drop to your knees or you can lower through a full push-up all the way down. Press into your feet again, Bhujangasana, shoulders back. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold down. Curl toes under, deep breath in. You can either press up high plank or tabletop position. And then we'll make our way back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Draw your toes together to touch. Starting with the left leg, inhale, sweep your left leg slowly straight up and back behind you. As you exhale, draw your knee towards your nose, round your spine to bring your left foot to your left thumb. Drop to your right knee, reclaim your blocks. Press your hips forward, lift your heart up, inhale. Exhale, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana, retract the hips back. Good, again, inhale, bend into the left knee, press your hips forward, lift your heart up. Exhale, half splits, straighten out your left leg. One more time, rebend the left knee, press your hips forward, lift your heart. Exhale, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Good. From here, rebend the left knee, move the blocks to the side, plant your hands to the mat, step back again, high plank, and then exhale, slowly lower, either through your knees or through a full push-up all the way down. Press into your feet, cobra pose, inhale, lift up, exhale and fold. Curl toes under, deep breath, inhale, exhale, press up and back, downward facing dog. Cleansing breath, inhale, exhale it out. Good. From here, a little change, bring your toes to touch again. Inhale, sweep a straight right leg high to the sky. And then exhale, draw your knee towards your nose, round your spine, bring it through right foot to your right thumb. Come onto your fingertips. Inhale, round your spine, and then pivot to the left. Coming into Skandasana, we bend the left knee and straighten the right leg. Look at your right toes. Inhale, come back through center. Maybe keep the knees soft. Straighten your left leg as you bend into the right knee. Look over your left shoulder. One more each side. Inhale, come back through center. Keep a soft bend in the knees. Exhale, gaze right. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, gaze left. Pivot over your right shoulder. Plant the hands to the mat. Step back, high plank. You can keep doing those if you like. Those are always really good. And then exhale, lower all the way down. Press into your feet, shoulders back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Curl toes under, power up the legs. Exhale, up and back. Downward facing dog. Settle there. Inhale. Let it go. Exhale. Toes back to touch, left side, closing it out. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, move slow, knee towards your nose, round your spine, bring it through left foot to your left thumb. Come onto your fingertips, start to round your spine, then pivot over your right shoulder. Bend the right knee and straighten your left leg, gaze to the left. Inhale, move through center. Exhale, gaze to the right. So just kind of warming up through the hips, moving from side to side. Like I said, you can do these for as long as you need. Feels pretty good to get grounded and open in the hips as we move. For now, we'll do 2 sets. Pivot over the left shoulder, plant the hands down. Step back, high plank, drop to your knees or lower through a full push-up all the way down. Press into your feet again. Inhale, cobra. You choose how high you want to take it. Exhale and fold. Good. Curl your toes under, deep breath in. Exhale, press up, high plank or tabletop. And all the way back, downward facing dog. Cleansing breath. Inhale. Let it go. Exhale. Please drop to your knees now. A little bit of core activators. So these are called mountain climbers. And if you want to modify, you can certainly stay on hands and knees. So maybe you draw your right knee into your right armpit and then lower it back down. Maybe left knee to left armpit and lower it back down. And if you're new to these, maybe you start with this base, focusing on just drawing the right knee to the right arm and the left knee to the left arm, increasing your hip flexion. Or maybe you want to take it a little bit higher and start to get the body a little bit more active, increasing that vitality. So the advanced option is to come into plank position, strong arms, strong legs, and then begin to draw your right knee to your right arm and your left knee to your left arm. You can stay at this pace, or maybe you decide to pick it up a little bit more, switching from right to left, right and left, right and left, for about 30 seconds. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Keep it going. This is your heart rate rising. That's what you feel. Getting really strong in your arms, in your legs, and firing up that belly. Let's go. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press back, downward facing dog. If you need a child's pose after that, you might want to send your hips back to your heels, knees to the mat, and pause. Okay, from there, let's look forward. Hopefully you got a little energy from that. We'll come onto tabletop again, and then slowly make our way back, just to transition into downward facing dog. From here, look forward, and walk your feet to your hands, so you land towards the top of your space. You can take your knees to a soft bend, and maybe just rest your hands either on your blocks or on the floor. But for a little bit of a wrist release, since we were on our hands just now, let's do Padangusthasana. Take your palms to face up and walk your toes to your wrist creases. Let your head and neck relax, and maybe wiggle your toes around your wrists to give them a little bit of a massage. Try not to put the weight too far back into your heels. Shift your weight further forward onto your palms. So there's a little bit more distribution of the weight from front and back and side to side. And then you can bob your head yes, or shake your head no. One of my favorite things to release any residual frustration is to purse my lips, horse lips, and let the breath go. It sounds like this. So you can try that at home. It's pretty good. If you're ever frustrated, it's always a good one to try. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, we'll release that grip now and start to walk your toes together to touch. Toes touching, heels slightly apart. Bend your knees and sit the booty low. Inhale, reach your arms up for Utitha chair pose. Some of you might prefer to bring your arms wide, fingertips reaching towards the front corners of the room. Others might draw the hands to touch, cross the thumbs, and gaze to the sky. Just a little bit of heat in the thighs. Deep breath in, and deep breath out. Squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale. Get grounded through the feet. Exhale. One more breath, maybe sit the booty a little bit lower, reach your fingertips further towards the ceiling. Exhale the breath out. Inhale, rise up to Utitha Hasta, and then exhale, let the arms widen as you float low all the way into a forward fold, Uttanasana. From here, look up, halfway lift, and maybe grab hold of your blocks. We'll keep the right foot rooted and float the left leg high. Warrior 3 prep. Squeeze the inner thighs, level off the hips and the shoulders. Draw the right hip back and the left hip slightly down. Take another breath. Inhale, and then slowly exhale, bend the right knee to make your way back into a lunge. Find your lunge, right knee over right ankle, back heel is high over the ball of the back foot. And then warrior 2, drop the back heel down so the right heel intersects with the arch of the left leg. Reach forward with your left arm and rise to Virabhadrasana 2. Pause there, bend deeply into your right knee so your knee is stacked over the ankle. And then press back into the left foot so you have equal distribution of the weight into the right and left foot. Finally, relax your upper body, shoulders down, but the fingertips spread wide. Traditionally, the gaze is over your right hand, so if you feel comfortable doing that, by all means, go for it. Otherwise, I like to just look to the front. Look where I'm facing. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. From here, reverse warrior. Keep the legs as they are. Lower your left hand gracefully down to your left thigh and float the right arm high to the sky. You can turn the right palm to face the back of the mat. Try to reach through the right side body. It's creating a side bend through the right side. Make sure the right knee stays stacked over the right ankle. Don't lose the depth in your legs. Take another breath. Parsva Konasana, exhale, elbow to thigh. Left hand can start on your left hip and start to open up to the left. Option again, of course, to stay, or maybe reach your left arm to the ceiling. Maybe draw your left ear alongside your shoulder so the fingertips reach towards the front of the room. Press right elbow into right knee. Press hips forward and peel the heart open. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. From here, reverse triangle. So you'll come on up through warrior 2, straighten your right leg, walk your back foot in about a foot, and then take the left hand down to your left thigh as you reach your right arm towards the ceiling. Press so much into the ball of the right foot that maybe your right heel lifts up off the mat. If that doesn't happen, no worries. You can lower the right heel back down. Keep the right leg super strong. Take another big side stretch as you inhale, and then triangle pose, Trikonasana, exhale. Draw the right hip back as you reach the right arm forward. Lower your right hand down to your shin, ankle, or maybe use one of your blocks. You can place your right fingertips on the block. Again, option, left hand to left hip, or maybe left arm goes to the sky. Use your legs, press down through both feet. Peel the heart open to the side wall and extend from your right fingertips to your left fingertips. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Notice maybe if more of that energy is coming into your body. When we side bend, we usually get a little bit more alive and awake. 1 more round. Okay, from here, exhale, look down to your right big toes. Press into your feet and slowly start to rise on up for star pose. So you'll face the left side of the room. Turn your right toes in, your right heel out. Slightly parallel or even pigeon toe the feet into the center. We'll inhale, reach the arms up, maybe palms meet at the top. And then exhale, big swan dive. Shift your weight forward and then bow all the way down. You might like to take your hands to the earth, in line with your toes. Some of you might like to take your hands further forward, forget a little down dog, wide leg stretch. Others of you might grab the shins, calves, or even your ankles to help you with this deeper fold. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Maybe revel in this pause. I always like to think of prasarita as a little reprieve in what seems to be more energetic solar flow. 1 more breath. Good. From here, release your fingertips to the mat if they're not already there. Come up to a halfway lift. And please walk yourself over to the right side for right leg lunge. Come onto the ball of the left foot, and then just step your left foot to meet your right, top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift, look up and lengthen. Exhale and fold, Uttanasana. Rebend your knees, coming back to our chair. Sit the booty low. Inhale, arms by your ears. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Again, 2 more breaths. Squeeze inner thighs. Inhale, lift the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, sit back down. 1 more time. Inhale, maybe look up. And exhale. Inhale, root to rise, Utitha Hasta. And then exhale, swan dive all the way down for the left side, forward fold. So, reclaim your blocks, maybe hands to blocks or hands to the mat, you choose. Left foot stays rooted as the right leg lifts back. Again, tendency here is to open up that right hip, try to draw it back down so the hips are level. Squeeze inner thighs And find more extension from the ball of the right foot to the crown of your head. Take a deep breath. Inhale, look up. And then exhale, bend the left knee, go slow. Make your way back into a lunge. Good. Find four corners of your left foot. Find your right heel high over the ball of the right foot. And then slowly draw your right heel back down for warrior two base. Left heel intersects with the arch of the right foot, and then you rise up to warrior two, facing the other side. So again, check in with your legs. Make sure your left knee is bent over your left ankle. Weight in the front foot, but equalize it so you press weight into the back foot as well. So there's this expansion energy out to the sides of the mat. At the same time, you're slightly hugging into the center, so you feel that engagement in the midline as well. So stay there. Keep that right hand down to the right thigh, a little light touch, and then sweep the left arm to the sky. Maybe the left palm faces behind you. Try to avoid getting into a back bend here. Make it a side bend, so you're still facing the side of the mat, and reach deeply from your left knee to your left fingertips. One more inhale breath, reach up. Extended side angle, exhale. Elbow comes down to your thigh, and right hand starts at the right hip. I always like this modification to start because we tend to kind of round our spine and roll forward here. Instead, the right hand to right hip helps us rotate the hips open, peeling the heart to the ceiling. Anchor the right heel down and twist. Maybe adding the arm. Right arm can go high. Or you can lower your right hand down to your right hip, slice the horizon, and bring your right arm alongside your ear. Deep breath, inhale. Deep breath, exhale. Two more. Equal weight in both feet. Maybe a slight rotation of the torso to the sky. Complete your exhale, reverse triangle. Come back up through warrior two, and then straighten your left leg. Bring your back foot in about a foot, and then reverse. Right hand comes down, left arm goes high. Feel again the side opening down the left side of your body. Maybe press so much into your left foot that the left heel lifts. And then eventually lower it back down, pressing through the ball of the left foot. One more inhale, breath, side stretch. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Reach your left fingertips forward, forward, forward. Left hip pulls back. Left hand to the shin, ankle, or maybe the block. Right hand to the right hip. You can always stay there. Or right arm goes to the ceiling. Again, relax the shoulders. I want to remind you that we've already created the shape on our backs. So notice what that feels like. You have external rotation happening in your left hip, a little bit of stretch in the hamstrings and the adductors of the left leg, power in the right leg to help you hold it, and then a little nice opening through the heart and the side body. Deep breath in, deep breath out. So nice. Look down at your left big toe, root into your feet, and then again rise on up to star pose. So you're facing the right side of the room. Turn your heels in this time, toes slightly out. Hands can come to touch, and then you'll bend your knees so you can squat down, hands to thighs. Rock a little side to side. That might feel like enough for you. You can add in some twists here, dropping the right shoulder down and gazing to the left. Back through center, dropping the left shoulder down and gazing to the right. You can also stay there, just moving from side to side. Or what we like to do is sumo squat. So heels in, closer together, toes slightly out. You walk your elbows to your thighs. Maybe grab for your calves or your ankles, and then press elbows into knees, knees into elbows. So this is a deep adductor stretch. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. I call it sumo squat because it obviously looks like I'm a sumo wrestler. Hips in line with knees. Deep, deep squat in the legs. You feel this one? I know it. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay, that's enough. Release. Fingertips to the mat. You can move your legs towards straight. Turn your heels out and toes in. Widen your stance as needed. Inhale, find length. And then quarter turn over to your left to land in a left leg lunge. Once again, step right foot to meet your left. So you come to the top of your space, Uttanasana. Let's do a cleansing halfway lift. Hands to shins or thighs, flat back. And then exhale, fold. And from here, let's just roll on up, vertebra by vertebra by vertebra, coming on up to stand. Okay, so we're gonna do some standing poses now. You'll want your strap handy, or at least nearby, so make sure it's there for you. And we'll start in a tree pose, Vrikshasana. So hands will come to the hips, come onto the ball of the right foot, and float the right knee up. Reach for your shin ankle of the right side, and then place right foot to either the left inner thigh, the left calf, or you can even kickstand your right toes on the earth. For those of you that can, place your foot as high as possible onto your left leg, and then draw your hands together in front of your heart. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Most importantly on this one, make sure you stand tall through your left leg and reach through the crown of your head. Relax your shoulders down your back and lift through your heart. Okay, adding on from here, take your hands back to your hips, soften your left knee, and then cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Press your sitting bones back and glide your heart forward. This is called Ardha Utkatasana, or half chair pose. And we've, again, been in this shape before when we were on our backs. Bring the hands in front of your heart space. Press your sternum into your thumbs and relax your shoulders down. Maybe focus on one point in front of you. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Anchor down the left foot, slowly rise on up. You'll pull the right knee back in towards your chest and then lower it back down and just give your hips a little rock side to side. Shake it out. Okay, same thing, other side. So toes can start together. This time the right foot roots to the mat. Come onto the ball of the left foot. Lift the belly up and then slowly start to lift your left knee about hip height. Grab hold of your left shin or your left ankle and open up the left hip to the side as you place your left foot to either the right inner thigh, the right calf, or maybe the mat. Level off your hips here. Stand tall through the right leg and bring your hands in front of your heart. Relax your shoulders down your back and find that vitality. We're really waking up the body today. So standing poses, balance poses help you. Feel that excitement, that energy release through the crown of your head. Option, of course, to stay here. Otherwise, hands to your hips. Bend your right knee and gently cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Soften into your right knee and press your sitting bones back as you glide your heart forward. Maybe bring your hands to your heart. Press your sternum into your thumbs back into your sternum to find the extension of your spine and the opening of that left hip. You feel that? Deep breath in. I certainly do. Deep breath out. Find your point of focus. One more round of breath. You got this. And slowly rise on up. Just draw your left knee back into your chest. Little squeeze. And then release it. You can shake it out side to side. Okay, we've reached the big peak experience today, which is Utitha Hasta Padangusthasana, fancy word for big toes pose. So grab hold of your strap. And some people like to make the little lasso with the clasp. You don't need to do that. I just fold it in half and grab the middle of the strap. So I make a little loop myself. So I'll show you. You can follow along when you're ready. We'll start with the left foot grounded and the ball of the right foot on the earth. You'll again float the right knee up and reach around so you can loop the strap in the right foot. Try to grab as close to the right foot as you can on the strap, and you'll see why in a second. We start to slowly externally rotate the right leg, and this might be a great option for you to stay here. Some people like to just grab the right knee and find this opening. Others of you might start to extend your right leg straight out in front of you. This is also what we did on our backs. Bend at the right elbow so you're not hyperextending through the elbow joint. Stand tall through the left leg. Find the lift in your heart, the lift in your chest, and then maybe begin to guide the right leg out to the side. Here it is, big toes pose. Micro bend the right elbow again, and find that strength rooting down through the left foot, power in the right leg. I like to extend my opposite arm up, so again I can feel that lift of energy reaching to the ceiling. Deep breath, inhale. Deep breath, exhale. Okay, release the left hand back down to the left hip. Draw your right leg back to the center. You can release the strap, bring your hands to your hips, bend the right knee, and then lower it back down. Shake it out, side to side. Exhale. That's a big one. Make sure you're breathing. Ready to do the other side? Let's give it a shot. Toes together. Again, strap in your left hand, little lasso. Come onto the ball of the left foot. Float the left leg up and reach for the left foot. Make sure the strap comes around your foot. Once again, you can walk your left foot down the strap so it's closer to the foot. Either, of course, externally rotate your left leg, opening to the side, or join us, extend your left leg towards straight. Micro bend your left elbow. Feel the danda, the extension, the staff-like position of your right leg rooting into the mat, and extension going all the way through the crown of your head. Stay there, or begin to externally rotate your left hip. Opening up that left hip wide so you get this nice stretch down the inner thigh, and maybe adding the right arm, reaching the fingertips towards the ceiling. Power in the right leg, power in the left leg. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Some of you might even get curious, so you can look up to the ceiling, full vitality, full expression, and then release. Right hand back to the right hip. Draw your left leg back through center. Micro bend your left knee if you need to. Release the strap around your left foot, rebend the left knee, and then lower it back down. Exhale, shake it out, side to side. Nice work, everybody. That one takes some practice, so definitely stick to that if you want to land it. Okay, we'll release the strap now and come back to face the front of the room. We'll inhale, reach the arms wide up and overhead. E-RYT Hastasana, and then exhale, slow fold all the way down. Come onto the balls of your feet, lift your heels high, bend your knees, and just sit your hips to your heels. Come onto your seat. A little reverse tabletop from here. So take your hands behind you, fingertips face front. Keep your knees soft, feet to the mat, and then you'll lift your hips up. So remove some of that hip flexion, and you can rock a little side to side. Roll the shoulders back, lift your heart to the sky, deep breath, inhale, and then exhale, lower it back down. Highway to Shavasana, so you did such a good job. We'll reach the fingertips forward and slowly release all the way onto our backs. So all that vitality and energy, we can now settle it in. We work so hard and enjoy a nice resting posture. So first, Apanasana. Knees go wide, toes might separate. And then if you'd like to advance into Happy Baby, you can certainly grab for your shins, the outer edges of your feet, or your ankles. And as you draw your knees to the mat, press your heels to the ceiling, and maybe again rock a little there, side to side, side to side. If you need anything else today, please feel free to add it. Otherwise, we'll draw the knees and toes to touch. Take one gentle squeeze, chin towards your chest, forehead towards your knees. And then slowly release into Shavasana. Extend your legs, extend your arms. Allow your eyes to soften. Relax your shoulders down your spine. Make sure you're comfortable. If you need to cover yourself with a blanket, or maybe put your socks or sweater back on, you are free to do so. Otherwise, really revel in the beauty of this final posture, the one that brings us into the finish line of this practice. All the movements we did in our body, all the postures we created, now really get to settle into this stillness. Final surrender. Enjoy. When you are ready to come out of it, start to find energy back in your fingertips and toes. Maybe circle the wrists or the ankles. Take a full body stretch, arms by your ears and toes extend out in front of you. Then once again, bend your knees, roll over onto your right side. Pausing in the fetal position just for a moment. And then press down into your left hand and slowly come on up to a comfortable seat, either kneeling or cross-legged. You can keep your eyes closed if that feels good. And draw your hands to prayer, Anjali Mudra. I'd like to thank you for joining us today for this practice. I hope to see you again soon. Have a wonderful day. With love, respect, and so much gratitude, we bow our heads and repeat, Namaste.